Alright. Next question. Are you treated differently being a black foreigner compared to other foreigners, so like Caucasians or Asians? Truth be told, I don't actually know. I don't know, because some Koreans are just, I guess, more adverse to foreigners, and sometimes I don't know if it's because I'm a foreigner or because I'm black. Sometimes I actually have. I remember I was walking around in my town, and my town's quite small, I guess, and I remember looking, and like further down the road was this couple. I was literally just minding my own business. I didn't care to see them on the road. As soon as they were like nearer to me, not even that close, the boyfriend pulled his girlfriend out of the way as if I was gonna like jump on her and savage her and kill her and eat her brain or eat her heart or whatever they think black people do. It was, oh my gosh. They were just looking at me like they couldn't believe I was human, and they were just like, literally my face was like this. Where'd you get off treating somebody like that? You think because I'm black, I'm not a human being? Are you stupid? Seriously, don't be a fool. And just people like touching your hair and stuff. I don't really like it because it makes me feel like an animal and like I'm not a human being. You suddenly have people like stroking your hair and stuff, and you're just like, yeah, manjijimaseo, which means please don't touch me. I had to learn that one by force. Like, I remember one time I went on a school trip with my kids to Busan, and we were standing by this really famous bridge. These Adamans came, and then they just started putting their hands in my braids and telling, I mean, you feel kind of bad sometimes being like, oh, don't touch me, because they're like, oh, they're so pretty, ooh, but then it's just all this, ooh, and like lifting them up, like, I'm not exaggerating, they're literally like, oh my gosh, like they're trying to see how it works. And it's very demoralizing. Oh man, I find it, yeah. I guess if people asked me, oh, can I see your braids? Can I touch them? Like, oh, okay, let me just see the pattern. Like, how did you do it? I don't mind that, because you're asking me. You're asking for my permission to touch something that's attached to my body. But you suddenly feel like you have a right to just put your hands in my hair and just start doing that. Oh, it doesn't feel nice. And then just having people like trying to touch, like when I have my afro wig, because that's not my hair, I have that on and everyone's like trying to put their hands in it, and I'm just, no, I don't like it. I really don't like it, because I'm not an animal. There was this time that I was on the train, and then this guy, he came up to me. I didn't even know it was a guy. I just saw someone like touching my braids, and I was like, okay, I haven't even turned around and this person is touching me, so obviously it must be someone I know, because someone isn't gonna come and start touching someone they don't know. It's weird. I turned around and there was this drunk guy like with his hands all up in my braids. You don't come up to people that you don't know and you just start touching them so familiarly. It's really just rude and it's really awkward, and I was like, dude, what are you doing? And then he was like, oh, reggae style, like at my braids, and I was like, oh my gosh, how many people do I have to correct? They're not reggae style, they're not dreadlocks, they have braids. And he just kept touching, and then that's when I recalled the word manjijima or manjijimaseo. I said manjijima because, yeah, he didn't deserve the politeness on the end. Just don't touch me. And then he just kept touching, so I had to be like, yeah, manjijima. Then he went to sit down with his friends, and then they just started this big debate about my hair. And I had to move carriages because it was, I'm not gonna lie, it made me feel insecure and paranoid. And I was like, yeah, no, I need to get out of here because I'm just being filled with negative energy at the moment, and I need somewhere else. So I moved into the next carriage and I watched some guys feeding each other sweets. Yeah, it was a wonderful journey home. Yeah, a couple of my students, like when I first came, not even when I first came, I'd been there for like 3 months, I think. And people were trying to rub off my skin colour. It doesn't come off. I'm not sunburnt. It's, you know, it's melanin. Like, it usually happened when I was leaning over the desk to help students. So it's obviously like when we're doing work and they say, hey teacher, please help me with this, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then I just remember seeing somebody like, I was thinking, did she just rub my skin? It's not going to come off. So I got this red pen and I just drew a line like right on my wrist, and I was like, See, we are all human. All of our blood is red. If you cut me, I will bleed red because I'm a human being. This is just the colour of my skin. Sometimes I don't know how to feel about these things. It makes me quite conflicted. Apart from that, it's pretty good. I think yeah, just, you know, being black in Korea. But obviously you will have some ignorant people that will treat you not so good. Think about the whole hair thing in a positive way. I guess people are just curious, and some people have no problem expressing their curiosity, and they're not going to learn about our hair or where we're coming from or our culture or learn about us if they don't ask. Like, that's the only way. Well, apart from reading a book and on the internet, I feel like it's better to hear things from people in person, and it opens up a channel for like a really good conversation. Yeah, I'm all open for people being curious and stuff, just not at the expense of my dignity. Like, for me, it's rather undignified for you to start putting your hands in it or chase me around the store with your kid on your back trying to touch the afro. Like, that's happened to me before, and it really upset me because I wasn't in a good mood on that day. And then to have someone stalking me around the store and laughing and trying to touch my braids with his kid on his back, and it was like a funny thing for them. Great, father-son bonding exercise, but for me that was humiliating and I had to leave the store. Damn it, I didn't get my honey butter chips because of you. Don't be discouraged from coming here. It's just to be expected. The less you look like the people here, the more you're going to get stared at, and the more intrigued people are going to be about you, the more they're going to want to find out about you. Unfortunately, not everyone expresses their curiosity in what I would personally think is a respectable way. You know, that doesn't leave me feeling like an animal in a zoo. And you know, I think each situation, it depends on the person, it depends on where you live. I live in a really small town. It's not like I live in Daegu or Seoul, so I'm gonna get more country folk who have never really seen mad people. Overall, I have had a positive experience, you know. I think I'm making this video at a good time because I've been here for almost a year, so I can look back on my experience. There have been some moments where I thought to myself, why am I here? You hear that? I'm at school. I just thought I'd say, yeah, I'm recording at school. Guess warming, guess warming, guess warming. Baby, you get over.